Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My hair is tied back. We all know what that means. It means it's time for another foundation review. I don't know why I just did that. Just to throw a little disclaimer out there, if you guys watched my most recent video, you guys probably already seen this little embarrassing band-aid right there. I wasn't paying attention while I was curling my hair the other day, and this is pretty much what happened. Please be careful and pay attention to what you're doing, especially if you're curling the front of your face. Like, make sure you always curl away from the face and do not get so close or else this will happen. Anyways, let's just ignore that. Hopefully my hair will cover it. Anyways, so today's video is going to be super fun because I received a wonderful package from Kevyn Aucoin, and they sent me one of their newest product, which is the Sensual Skin Primer. If you guys are familiar with Kevyn Aucoin, then you guys have probably already heard of their Sensual Skin Enhancer. So this primer was pretty much made so that it'll match and go perfectly with the Sensual Skin Enhancer. So that's what we'll be doing today. Now, before I get into the details of the primer and the foundation, I wanted to also mention the brush they also sent me. This is their foundation brush, I believe. Yes, this is their angled foundation brush. I'm gonna actually show you right now. This brush looks so nice. Oh my gosh, do you guys see that? Whoa. Take that off. This is how the brush looks like. It's obviously a flat top kabuki brush. Oh my goodness, it feels so smooth. Whoa. You know what this feels like? This feels like my Artiste brushes. I'm really appreciating this little slant because it allows me to see what I'm doing instead of going like this if it were to be straight on. So I do appreciate the slant. Oh my gosh, I just can't get over how soft this brush is. Wow. So we'll definitely be testing out this brush as well. I'll apply half of my face with this brush, and like always, I'll apply the other half with my beauty blender. Now, going back to the primer, I'm going to read some claims. So this primer is a lightweight hydrating primer that's specifically formulated to blend with the Sensual Skin Enhancer. This hydrating formula perfects and minimizes pores while protecting the skin from environmental pollutants and creating a smooth canvas for your foundation. The innovative built-in mixing area allows for perfect blending to customize the desired level of coverage from a lightweight tinted moisturizer to a full coverage foundation. So I'm guessing this is kind of like that custom cover deal, because I think it's saying that you can also mix your foundation or the skin enhancer with this, which is also nice to know. But today I'm gonna go full on with the skin enhancer and apply this just as a primer and then apply the foundation or the skin enhancer on top of it. For those of you that have never heard of the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, this is pretty much how it looks like. It doesn't look like there's much in there, but there's actually 0.63 ounces. And just to read some claims, it is a waterproof makeup enhancer for the face that provides sheer and complete coverage and hydrates the skin. This all-in-one waterproof formula delivers complete coverage when used as a concealer, highlighter, an all-over foundation, or to contour your features. Now, to be honest, I've actually never used this as a full-on foundation. I've actually only used this as a concealer or to spot conceal. So I'm kind of excited to try it all over my face as a foundation, but then I'm also kind of nervous because I know how heavy this can get. Like, it's a very thick consistency, so we'll just see how it goes. So this is how the primer looks like. There is 1 fluid ounces in here, which is a decent amount for a primer. I'm gonna open it. Oh, it's like that little pump thing. I like that because you don't have to dip your finger in it and it won't get like contaminated, and I don't feel like dirty. Okay, so that much came out. Let me see if this is enough for half of my face. Ooh, it's really smooth. Whoa. It kind of has that silicone-y feel to it, but it also feels like a moisturizer. Whoa, it feels really weird. It's so velvety. That was really nice. Oh my gosh, my skin feels so smooth. And it like totally sunk into my skin already. Oh my gosh, my skin feels so smooth. And that one little pump was enough for half of my face. All right, let's go in with the other side. My skin feels so smooth. Whoa, I'm like so shook. Alright, I'm gonna stop obsessing over this primer and move on to the foundation. So the foundation they actually sent me is in the color SX09 and it kind of looks a little too dark. So I'm actually going to either mix or just use my own because it's the same thing. So the one I have is SX04, which is more of a yellow undertone compared to the one they sent me, which is more of a peach undertone. I'm probably going to be using this one mostly, but I'm gonna try and mix a little bit of this maybe on like the outer perimeter, see if it works. But just from looking at it, it already looks too dark and I don't know if it'll work. I'm gonna have to wear this all day, so I don't want to look like an Oompa Loompa. Let's bring you guys closer. Oh my goodness, it feels so smooth. And you know what? I actually feel like it did help me minimize my pores. Yeah, it definitely did. It's like just so smooth. Alright, I'm gonna do the brush side first, and this time I'm gonna do this side with the brush because this foundation is so thick. It's gonna deliver like amazing coverage, but I don't want to look caked up. Like I'm so scared, but okay, let's do this. That's so thick, you guys. That's what she said. I'm gonna use this Awesome Blossom brush. This brush actually is it's a little too dense for my liking, but I mean it's blending out beautifully. Maybe I should do this instead. Maybe I should do this. I feel like this brush actually is what's making the foundation cling on to my dry patches, but I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna go with the SX09 shade, a little bit for the outer perimeter. Oh my god, I already know it's not gonna work. It's so dark. Alright, let's mix a little bit of the 04 shade. Girl. Girl. Alright, so that shade is not gonna work out. I totally forgot that Kevyn Aucoin also sent me the spot concealing brush, so I'm actually going to use this to spot conceal some of my little breakouts. Oh my god, this brush is just as nice. Are you kidding me? This brush is so nice. Let's do some right there, some right there. Okay, flawless. Yeah, this is just one layer and it covered everything. At first, I thought the brush was a little too dense for me or for my liking because I'm so used to like dabbing and blending like this instead of like swirling it around in circular motions and blending it that way, because I feel like when you stipple it into your skin, it delivers better coverage instead of swirling it around, obviously. I wasn't used to the swirling motion, but I think this brush does work a little better when you do blend it out this way. I think that's what it's meant to do anyways. It's just so soft and I think it diffuses out the product really, really nicely. I also thought it was like clinging onto my dry patches, but once it started to kind of set into the primer and my skin, it just kind of went away. So I do really like that. I definitely don't think I need a second layer because this is super full coverage slash flawless. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to this side, but with a beauty blender. This is gonna sound weird, but I don't know what this phobia is called. I think it was called like trypophobia or something. I hate it and I literally cringe every time I see this. But whenever I tap a foundation onto my skin and I see these little holes appearing from my pores, leave a comment down below if you also have this trypophobia because I hate it. Like right now I'm cringing looking at my own skin and I just need to hurry up and blend it out. Go away, go away. I'm literally like punching my face. So just from the first layer, the brush side obviously gave much better coverage compared to the Beauty Blender side. I feel like the Beauty Blender side always delivers a much more natural look compared to the brush side because it does eat up a lot of the product. But then the coverage is always better on the brush side. I mean, not always, but most of the times. However, with this foundation specifically, it was actually a lot harder to blend out with the Beauty Blender because it's actually a lot thicker. And I also think the brush side blended a lot faster compared to the Beauty Blender. Like, I had to do more work to blend out the foundation with the Beauty Blender because it was hard to like blend and make sure that everything was even. I think I like the finish of the natural look the Beauty Blender provided, but I do like the application and the coverage the brush gave me. Alright, so the foundation is on. I actually use the foundation as an under eye concealer as well because it said you can use it as a concealer. So I must say it settled into my skin really nicely. Like, I honestly don't even think I need to set it. However, I can already notice some creasing underneath the eyes, so I'm gonna try and set that with my trusty Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. But other than that, I don't think I'm gonna set anywhere else. It is currently 2:45 in the afternoon. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I just finished applying my makeup. If you guys want to know how I did this eye makeup, it's pretty much my everyday eye makeup. I'll go ahead and link it down below. I just went ahead and added some lashes on top and did my lower mascara, and that's pretty much it. I'm actually not wearing any eyeliner today, but the glue that I used from House of Lashes is actually black, so that kind of made up for lining it. I just don't have any wing. I'm also wearing the new LA Girl Just Blushing Blush in Just Natural. Highlighter I'm wearing is the Makeup Revolution Baked Highlighter in Radiant Lights. I've talked about this and was shook by it from my Full Face of First Impressions video drugstore edition, so I'll go and link that down below if you guys also want to watch that as well. So I definitely love the foundation so far. I'm just worried that it's gonna start looking cakey the longer I wear it. I don't know, it's just the feeling that I have. I'm hoping that it doesn't. It still feels like I'm not wearing anything, so that's really good. I'm gonna be comfortable wearing this throughout the day, so I'm happy about that. The color match is also looking pretty good too. Alright, so it is currently 3:17. I'll just call it 3:15. And I'm gonna try to wear this foundation as long as I can, and I will check back with you guys in a few. So it is currently 6:45. It's been about 3 hours since I first wore this foundation slash primer. I'm filming in front of my window right now so you guys can see how it looks under natural light. As you can see, the color matches me pretty darn well. Foundation still looks really good. I don't have any like crazy oils peeking through. Right here and right here is usually where I get pretty bad creasing, but it's still looking good. Anytime when like I start to notice here and here, like pretty much the areas I usually crease starts to look not so great, that's when I realize like, oh, I don't think this foundation is gonna last me a long time. Yeah, 3 hour mark, looking great. I'm really excited to see how it wears throughout the day. Do you guys see my dog there? That's Coco. So yeah, that was my 3 hour check-in. My arm is about to fall off. My phone is so heavy. I'm gonna try and wear this foundation for maybe 3 more hours and then probably head to the gym. So I will see you guys at the end of the day. Alright guys, I'm back for my final checkup. It is currently 8:41 at night. I've worn this foundation for pretty much the full 6 hours. Let's see, what did I do? I didn't really do too much. I went over to my mom's place. I wasn't very active, but it was a good chill day. So let's take a closer look. Overall, I think the foundation held up really nicely, but when I'm closely looking at it, I can see very minimal creasing like right around my nose. The only thing that I don't really like is underneath my eyes. It's starting to look a little cakey and it's definitely separating, and the cover, like the spot concealing that I had done here, didn't really hold up. When I was doing the 3-hour mark check-in, you can still see that little blemish peeking through there. So around my eyes, it didn't really hold up very well, but I kind of figured that would happen because I just kind of felt like that thickness of the consistency, like it wouldn't hold up as nicely as like a liquid would. Something more liquidy would melt down into my skin better than something that was a little bit thicker. So I kind of already figured that that would happen. Everywhere else looks pretty good. Like my forehead looks really good. My cheeks look really good. I mean, it still looks super flawless. So since I already knew how the Sensual Skin Enhancer wore, although I only wore it as a spot concealer, I wanted to know how it would wear as a foundation, especially with the new primer. I gotta say, I love this primer. It's like a new feeling. Like I've never felt a primer like this before. It's so velvety smooth. It like sunk into my skin so beautifully that I pretty much didn't really even feel anything. And I definitely do agree that it minimized my pores. Like it made my skin right here, which is my main pore problematic area, it smoothened that out completely, and just my foundation went on beautifully. It might be the primer that's making my foundation look more wearable, because I really thought it would be too heavy slash cakey to wear as a entire like foundation, but I was really impressed by how it looked overall, all thanks to the primer. I think I'm gonna try and wear it with other foundations too, just to see how it wears, like some other full coverage foundation, just to see how much of a difference this makes. But other than that, I think I definitely did like this foundation. It wore beautifully, and I'm really happy with how it looks right now as well. Like always, I'll list all of the products and the links down below in the comment box. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.